End self-sabotage and unlock conscious freedom before it's too late. I still remember that moment as if it were yesterday, a surreal sunrise atop a remote mountain temple, where I found myself standing on the precipice of both physical and spiritual realms. The air was crisp, the horizon ablaze with the colors of a new beginning, and in that electrifying moment, I realized that our journey to end self-sabotage and unlock conscious freedom was not merely a quest for inner peace, but a revolutionary expedition that would forever change the way we perceive life. In the first beating moments of that day, as the sound of ancient chants and the rustle of wind through weathered stone filled the silence, I felt an intense surge of energy. It was as if the universe had conspired to show me that every barrier we face is but a mirage created by our own limiting beliefs. I invite you to join me on this incredible journey, a journey where we confront the hidden forces of self-sabotage that have held us captive for far too long, and where together, we will unlock the conscious freedom that lies dormant within us, waiting to be awakened. As we embark on this path, let us pause to reflect. Have you ever wondered why, in the midst of boundless potential, you sometimes feel shackled by invisible chains? We often find ourselves caught in cycles of doubt, fear, and self-defeat, cycles that we mistakenly believe are insurmountable. But today, I stand before you, not as a messenger of empty promises, but as a fellow traveler who has grappled with these same inner demons. Our shared experiences have taught us that the journey to self-improvement is neither linear nor simple. It requires us to face the darkness within our hearts and to question every assumption we have ever made about our worth and potential. Imagine standing at the foot of an ancient stone staircase carved by time itself. Each step represents a challenge, a moment of introspection, and a choice between succumbing to self-sabotage or rising to embrace our inherent light. I vividly recall one instance when I was lost in the labyrinth of my own thoughts, feeling as if every decision I made only deepened the fissures of self-doubt. It was in that moment, amid the overwhelming silence of my inner world, that I encountered a wise elder, a spiritual guide who whispered, "Your chains are but illusions, and every step forward is a testament to your strength." This encounter was not a mere coincidence, it was a divine call to action, urging me to shatter the patterns of self-sabotage that had for so long held me back from experiencing the true expanse of conscious freedom. We all have moments when life seems to conspire against us. Perhaps it is a job lost, a relationship that ended abruptly, or simply the quiet despair that lingers in the early hours of the morning. In these moments, we might be tempted to retreat into a shell of self-pity and resignation. But what if, instead of succumbing to these feelings, we chose to see them as opportunities for transformation? What if each setback was a stepping stone towards a deeper understanding of ourselves? I ask you now, are you willing to face your deepest fears and embrace the unknown with an open heart? For it is in the crucible of adversity that we discover the true measure of our resilience. During the early minutes of our journey together, I recall standing before an ancient, ivy-clad door in a secluded temple, an entryway to a realm where the boundaries between the physical and spiritual blurred into insignificance. The door creaked open, revealing a dim corridor illuminated by flickering torches and adorned with symbols that whispered forgotten truths. As I stepped inside, the atmosphere shifted. The air was thick with the promise of revelation, and every step resonated with the weight of countless souls who had walked this path before me. In that sacred space, I felt the raw power of transformation surging through my veins, a reminder that true change begins when we confront the parts of ourselves we have long ignored. It was here that I learned the essential truth. Ending self-sabotage is not about erasing our past but about embracing it, learning from it, and using it as fuel to ignite the flame of conscious freedom. As we progress further into our journey, let us explore the myriad ways in which self-sabotage manifests in our daily lives. It may hide behind the guise of procrastination, fear of failure, or even the comfort of familiar routines that no longer serve our highest purpose. When we allow these habits to dictate our actions, we inadvertently block the flow of creative energy and self-expression that is vital to unlocking our full potential. I have witnessed firsthand how the chains of self-doubt can stifle innovation and inhibit the growth of our spirit. And yet, there is a remarkable beauty in recognizing that every moment of perceived weakness is an invitation to rise, to challenge the status quo, and to embrace a higher state of consciousness. So, I ask you once more, what is it that holds you back from stepping into the radiant light of your own brilliance? In our shared quest for conscious freedom, we must cultivate a mindset of curiosity and compassion. This journey is not about achieving perfection, but about making a commitment to ourselves, to constantly evolve, to learn, and to embrace every facet of our existence. As we navigate the twists and turns of life, we often encounter moments of quiet introspection, where the cacophony of external noise gives way to a deeper, more resonant inner voice. It is in these moments of stillness that we begin to understand the true nature of self-sabotage, a cycle born of fear and misunderstanding. One that can be broken through mindfulness, self-love, and unwavering determination. I recall a particularly intense period in my own life, a time when every decision felt laden with uncertainty, and every step forward was met with an inner voice questioning my worth. In the midst of this inner turmoil, I discovered the transformative power of meditation and mindfulness. By sitting in stillness and allowing my thoughts to pass like clouds across the sky, I began to see that the obstacles I faced were not external barriers, but internal battles waged within the depths of my own consciousness. This realization was both liberating and humbling. It taught me that the key to unlocking conscious freedom lies not in changing the world around us, but in transforming the world within. When we learn to harness the power of our own minds, we gain the ability to rewrite the narratives of self-sabotage and to step boldly into a future defined by possibility and hope. Throughout our journey, we will encounter moments that challenge our deepest beliefs and push us to question the very fabric of our reality. Picture a serene lakeside at dusk, where the reflections of the heavens merge with the still waters below, creating a mirror that invites us to gaze deeply into our own souls. In that tranquil space, it is impossible not to confront the duality of existence, the interplay between light and shadow, strength and vulnerability. Here, I invite you to reflect on your own inner landscape. What parts of yourself have you hidden away? And what treasures might you discover if you dared to shine a light upon them? In these reflective moments, we come to understand that conscious freedom is not an end state, but a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. Our path is not without its moments of intense emotional turbulence. There have been times when the weight of accumulated self-doubt threatened to overwhelm me, when the specter of failure loomed large and the darkness seemed impenetrable. Yet, it is in these moments of heightened intensity that we often find our most profound breakthroughs. I remember a particular evening when, under a starlit sky and in the quiet solitude of a forgotten temple courtyard, I experienced a revelation so powerful that it altered the course of my life. The air was thick with anticipation, and as I closed my eyes, I felt as though I were being lifted out of the confines of my physical form and transported to a realm where all limitations dissolved into pure, unadulterated possibility. In that sublime moment of clarity, I understood that every trial, every moment of self-sabotage, was but a necessary precursor to the blossoming of conscious freedom. The realization struck me with the force of a lightning bolt. If we can embrace our vulnerabilities and transmute them into sources of strength, then nothing, not even our darkest fears, can hold us back from realizing our true potential. It is this profound understanding that fuels our collective mission today. We stand at the crossroads of an extraordinary transformation, one that calls us to relinquish the old patterns of self-sabotage and step into the radiant light of conscious freedom. As we walk this path together, I encourage you to adopt a spirit of relentless inquiry and heartfelt compassion. Each time you feel the familiar tug of self-doubt or the creeping shadows of past failures, remind yourself that these are not signs of weakness, but invitations to explore the depths of your inner wisdom. In moments of uncertainty, ask yourself, what if the very obstacles I perceive are actually gateways to a higher state of being? What if the journey through darkness is the only path that can lead us to the light of true liberation? I want to share with you a particularly transformative experience that I encountered during a pilgrimage to a sacred, rarely accessed sanctuary deep within an ancient forest. The journey there was arduous and filled with both physical and spiritual challenges. I trekked through winding paths shrouded in mist, my heart pounding in anticipation of the unknown. Along the way, I encountered fellow travelers, each with their own story of struggle and redemption, and together we forged a bond that transcended words, a silent understanding that we were all seeking the same elusive treasure, the key to ending self-sabotage and unlocking conscious freedom. When I finally reached the sanctuary, I was greeted by an atmosphere of serene mystery. The temple, hidden away from the world for centuries, was adorned with intricate carvings and symbols that seemed to pulse with ancient energy. In a quiet chamber bathed in soft, golden light, I met a master spiritual guide whose eyes held the depth of countless lifetimes. He spoke softly, his voice resonating with a timeless wisdom. Within every soul lies the spark of infinite possibility. It is only when you silence the voices of self-doubt and embrace the silence of your inner sanctuary that you will truly understand the boundless nature of your being. His words, simple yet profound, served as a catalyst for my own transformation, igniting a passion within me to share this wisdom with you. As our journey continues, let us delve into the practical aspects of overcoming self-sabotage. One of the most powerful tools we have at our disposal is the practice of mindfulness. By becoming aware of our thoughts and emotions in the present moment, we can begin to dismantle the habitual patterns that keep us ensnared in cycles of self-doubt. It is in the quiet moments of introspection that we learn to observe our inner dialogue without judgment. This is not a call to suppress our emotions, but rather an invitation to acknowledge them, to learn from them, and to ultimately transform them into stepping stones towards conscious freedom. I encourage you to set aside time each day to simply sit in silence, to breathe deeply, and to allow your mind to wander into the recesses of your inner world. In doing so, you may discover that the answers you seek have been residing within you all along. There is also immense power in the act of gratitude. When we consciously recognize and appreciate the beauty in our lives, we shift our focus away from what is lacking and move towards what is abundant. Gratitude has a way of softening the harsh edges of self-sabotage, replacing them with a gentle awareness of the gifts that each day brings. I invite you to consider the simple yet transformative practice of writing down 3 things you are grateful for every morning. This act of mindful appreciation can gradually rewire your brain, enabling you to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Reflect for a moment. What if the secret to unlocking conscious freedom lies not in achieving grand feats, but in recognizing the everyday miracles that surround us? By celebrating even the smallest victories, we begin to dismantle the barriers of self-sabotage and pave the way for a more empowered, joyful existence. Throughout our dialogue, I have shared personal anecdotes and insights, but I also recognize that each of us must chart our own path towards self-improvement and spiritual awakening. The journey to end self-sabotage is not a one-size-fits-all formula. It is a deeply personal expedition that requires courage, patience, and an unwavering commitment to inner growth. There will be moments when you stumble, when old patterns resurface, and when the road ahead seems shrouded in uncertainty. In those times, remember that every setback is a setup for an even greater comeback. Embrace the challenges, learn from them, and trust that with every step you take, you are moving closer to the conscious freedom you so deeply desire. Now, I want to leave you with one final, powerful image, a moment that encapsulates the essence of our shared journey. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast ocean, the waves crashing rhythmically against the shore, each one a reminder of the eternal ebb and flow of life. In that moment, you feel a deep sense of belonging, a connection to something far greater than yourself. The ocean is both calm and tumultuous, mirroring the dual nature of our own inner landscapes. And as you gaze into its depths, you realize that the power to overcome self-sabotage lies in your ability to navigate both the serene and stormy waters of your own mind. The ocean teaches us that every crest and trough, every high and low, is a vital part of the grand tapestry of existence, a tapestry woven with threads of resilience, hope, and infinite possibility. In the spirit of this revelation, I urge you to take action today, whether it is through meditation, journaling, seeking guidance from a mentor, or simply having an honest conversation with yourself about the patterns that hold you back. Every step you take is a step towards unlocking the conscious freedom that awaits you. And if you ever need inspiration or guidance along the way, know that you are not alone. There is a vibrant community of seekers, each on their own unique path, ready to support and uplift one another in the pursuit of self-improvement and inner peace. I encourage you to explore additional resources and connect with like-minded individuals who can share insights, offer encouragement, and help you navigate the sometimes tumultuous waters of personal growth. For more inspiring stories and practical advice on ending self-sabotage and unlocking conscious freedom, feel free to visit trusted sources such as https://example.com. As we near the end of this transformative narrative, I invite you to reflect on the journey we have traversed together. We began on a mountaintop, where the winds of destiny whispered secrets of ancient wisdom, and we ventured deep into the labyrinth of our inner selves, confronting the patterns of self-sabotage that have long kept us from experiencing the fullness of life. With every step, every breath, and every moment of mindful introspection, we have peeled back the layers of fear and doubt to reveal the radiant essence of our being. The path to conscious freedom is not paved with shortcuts or quick fixes. It is a continuous process of awakening. A journey that demands both bravery and humility. And yet, it is also a journey filled with immeasurable beauty. A journey where every challenge is a catalyst for growth. Every setback a lesson in resilience. And every moment of stillness a reminder of the boundless potential that lies within. I ask you now to look inward and consider the profound truth that has emerged from our shared exploration. The power to end self-sabotage and unlock conscious freedom resides within you. It is not a destination that can be reached by following someone else's path, but rather a personal pilgrimage that requires you to embrace your own unique journey. In the quiet moments of your day, when the world around you fades into silence, listen to the gentle voice of your soul. Let it guide you towards the realization that every challenge is an opportunity. Every fear a stepping stone towards greater awareness. And every moment of vulnerability a gateway to profound strength. As you move forward, remember that the journey towards self-improvement and spiritual awakening is ongoing. There will be days filled with radiant light and days overshadowed by lingering doubts. But each experience is an integral part of your evolution. Embrace the entirety of your journey, the highs and the lows, the triumphs and the trials, with the knowledge that each step you take is bringing you closer to a state of conscious freedom where self-sabotage no longer holds sway over your destiny. And as you continue to walk this path, know that you are part of a larger tapestry of seekers, each united by a common desire to transcend limitations and to live a life of authenticity, joy, and boundless potential. In closing, I want to leave you with one final invitation, a call to action that resonates with the very core of our shared mission. Look around you, not just at the world that is visible, but at the vast universe within your own soul. Recognize that the key to ending self-sabotage is not to escape the challenges of life, but to meet them head-on with an open heart and a courageous spirit. Every moment of self-reflection, every act of gratitude, and every step taken in mindfulness is a declaration of your commitment to living a life of conscious freedom. I urge you to commit to this journey, to celebrate your progress, and to embrace every facet of your existence as a precious part of the grand adventure that is life. As you embark on each new day, ask yourself, what small, courageous act can I take today to move closer to the freedom I seek? For it is in these seemingly minor actions that the seeds of profound transformation are sown. Together, we have explored the depths of our inner landscapes, confronted the specters of self-sabotage, and uncovered the radiant truth that lies beneath the surface of our fears. The journey to unlock conscious freedom is both deeply personal and universally significant, a call to awaken to the infinite possibilities that await when we choose to live with intention, mindfulness, and unwavering self-belief. I stand here today, not as a teacher, but as a fellow seeker, ready to celebrate every step of your journey and to remind you that the power to transform your life lies within your own hands. So, let us move forward with hearts full of gratitude and minds open to the wonders of existence. Let us break free from the chains of self-sabotage and step boldly into a future defined by conscious freedom, where every moment is a chance to rewrite the story of our lives. And as you continue on this path, remember that you are not alone. The collective energy of all those who dare to dream, to question, and to transform will guide you towards a horizon where light triumphs over darkness and where the promise of a new beginning awaits with every sunrise. Thank you for joining me on this extraordinary journey. May you always find the strength to overcome, the wisdom to reflect, and the courage to embrace the infinite possibilities that reside within.